all our viewers and learners in this live phone-in session of CIET and CRT. I am Renu Bhatt and you are with us live streaming on School Leadership Development. And dear learner, you are with us on PMeVIDYA channel number 6, 9 and 12 and on our NCRT official YouTube channel as well. And let me tell you the title of this session. This is Leading School Community Partnership, a case of primary school in Gujarat, and we have a couple of our experts with us. Let's meet them. You are Dr. Subita G.V. Menon. You are Assistant Professor from NCSL NCERT. Very warm welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
And we have our another expert with us. Let's meet him as well. You are Mr. Linus S. Parmar. You are Head Teacher, Haranmal Primary School, Vadodara District, Gujarat. Very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And let me give you the brief about this particular session. In this session, we discuss the role of a school leader in transforming the school through various innovative and effective school community partnership strategies. And you can participate in this live phone-in session as well through various mediums. You can even call us, you can drop a mail, and you can even drop a comment as well. You can call us on our telephone number, that is 8800-440-559. Either you can drop a mail at our email addresses that is flashing on your television screen right now. And if you have joined us through our live streaming on our NCRT official YouTube channel, go to the live chat box and drop your comment out there. Our experts will be happy to answer all your queries and doubts. And if you want to share your experience as well, feel free to connect to us. So ma'am, without any further delay, let's quickly begin this session. And as we have our expert with us as well, he is head of the school. So ma'am, what we are going to talk about in this session?
Yeah. So we have with us Mr. Linus S. Parmar. He is the school head of a primary school, Haranmal Primary School, Vadodara district in Gujarat. And today's session we will be talking about his exceptional leadership characteristics that he has enacted in his school. And he has changed a low performing school to a high performing school. And this he has brought about through focusing his entire leadership strategies on improving the partnership between the school and the community. So what he has tried to do, he has tried to bring in a lot of innovative strategies that he has employed in his school. And because of that, there has been a change in the attitude of the parents and the attitude of the community, and the credibility of his school has increased. And when it comes to the impact on the children, it has increased the enrollment and the retention of the children in his school. And very importantly, it has improved the learning outcome of the children and also the holistic development of the child. So we will be listening more and try to understand the leadership that he has employed in his school in the next few minutes.
Right, very well said. And we are very pleased to have our expert with us. Parmar sir, I just wanted to know more about your context and characteristic of your school, sir. Please elaborate, sir.
Yes. Namaskar. I am Linus Parmar, the head teacher of Haranmal Primary School, and the small but a beautiful school which is in the center of a small hamlet with the scattered houses and the beautiful fields and farms. The small village of Vadodara district with around approximately 1200 populations. Our school runs 1 to 8 grades, primary and upper primary classes with 9 teachers. It is managed by our district panchayat. Our school has 9 teachers. 5 teachers are working in that primary sections, and 3 teachers are working in upper primary classes. It is managed by Vadodara district panchayat, and our cluster, it is clustered by Padra, which is nearby Vadodara. And the mother tongue of our instruction of mother tongue is Gujarati, and the students belong to the caste where old-fashioned and orthodox people are living, but beautiful and very cooperative people are living in a village.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
So thank you so much for Parmar sir for explaining the context of your school. We would like to know you and your team of 8 teachers that you have. What are the challenges that you had to face as a school head in your school? Can you please elaborate on that?
Yes, next slide, please. Here, the challenges I faced when I joined the head of institutions. In fact, first of all, let me tell you that if you crack the examinations of headmaster aptitude test, you are recruited as a head teacher in Gujarat. This is called HTET principal, and head teacher work as a clock of the tower, I can say. So when I joined, I had dream in my mind that I would transfer the school. But when I went to the school, I saw that, to my astonishment, there were a lot of problems I faced. I can say that the child is a lamb to be led and not a vessel to be filled. But I saw that here the community showed no interest, and there was a lack of interest of the parents in the school activities, monotonous routine of the school. So initially when I went, I surveyed for more than 15 days that I faced a lot of challenges. No parents came to meet me as I was newly appointed. I thought that they would come, they would tell me the problems of the school, they would even tell me about the school's activities, but I didn't get any ideas from any parents. So I thought that that might be the communication gap between schools and community. A monotonous routine of the school also was going on. The absence of enthusiasm among parents, students, and the school, with a gap of healthy communication. There wasn't any communications among the students, teachers, and parents. So it was very difficult to understand the situations as well as the history of the school. So I thought that that might be a lot of issues between schools and community, but it was not. It was because the lack of interest of the parents was there, and dropout ratio of girls' education was also there. The barriers I faced when I joined, the barriers I faced when I joined as a head of institutions, first of all, the poor attendance of the students. Students would not come to school. Sometime in the time of festivals, the dropout, the attendance was very less. Even the process of learning and teaching was monotonous. Despite we have a lot of resources, like we had computer labs, we have a huge LED TV, even some good software installed by some companies and our government. It was quite that the operation system of certain things was lacking. So there was no explorations of the subject due to lack of technology. And as a result, that the thing actually we would like to cater, the things we wanted to cater to the students was just like a failure, as because of people were not interested, community was not interested, even students were not interested, and lack of the interest of the parents even in the PTA meeting. So initially I started to hold some parents meeting, but no parents, only less parents or few parents usually would come to meet us, while the 70-80% parents are absent. And another thing, that unplanned activities, no activities in the school. When I joined as a principal, I saw a couple of months there wasn't good activities or no activities was done, and dropout ratio among girls was there. Only 5 to 6, 7, 8 grade up to grade girls would get educations. After that, they did not go to different things. Next, please. The result was shocking. My hope was almost about to die. I thought that I would do something for my school, but here the students could not cope up with the learning. Initially in 2014 and 15, I saw the students could not cope up with the learning. and irregular of the attendance of the students. Students would not come in the time of the opening school, the time of festivals. I saw that only few students would come to school, just like they had no interest in learning, in the process of learning and teaching, and as a result, they were not able to complete the assignment. Even some chapters were taught by the teachers. Teachers came with a complaint that the students are not doing well. They are not having this assignment completed. So such how it happened. So poor study habit was in the school. Another thing, that negative attitude among the agents. Agent means what I say, that there should be a triangle: school, students, and parents. So I can see that negative attitude that developed among the students. I don't know what exactly happened previously before I joined the school, but just how it created the chaos was there in the schools. Even students did not come to the teachers, parents did not come to the teachers to ask the development about the development of the students. So just how it happened, and like that self-discipline and confidence ebbed out. I can say that even students were not confident to speak in front of the assembly. Even some students were not doing well in the classrooms. That's how it happened. So there was a shocking news for me. There was a shocking news when I joined as a head teacher.
Right. Very well said, sir. And ma'am, as we all know, it's not easy to become a leader, right? There must be some skills and some special characteristics. I just want you to explain all those characteristics to all our viewers and learners, ma'am.
Yeah, so this case of Mr. Parmer, it is a good case study of a change leader. So he has tried to bring in a lot of changes in his school. So as you asked, the chief characteristics of a change leader is, like when we listen to him, so we realize that he has had a good observation about the context where he is, his school, his surroundings, his community, the parents, the teachers. So he has collected data, he has gathered enough information about the school and the community and the society in general. So first thing that is very important is the context literacy that we call, that is one. Secondly, having understood the challenges, having understood the problems, where do you want to lead the school? You know, that question comes next. So what is the vision for your school as a school head, and which is the direction that you want to take the teachers and the parents? So having a vision is very important. And thirdly, what is the kind of innovations that you want to bring about in your school, and what kind of a positive culture, like when you say that you want to reach a particular direction, you want to reach a particular goal, and the most important thing that is required for you to reach is collaboration. You know, you need help, you need support from your stakeholders. So collaborative effort to reach a particular goal, and along with that you need to ensure that you have a positive school climate in your school, so that everyone is engaged in the learning, everyone is happy, and everyone is going ahead motivated to move ahead with a shared vision. Okay, so these are the things, and one very important requirement of a change leader is how do you align the stakeholders' needs along with the organization's needs. So this is very important. And finally, the success has to be celebrated.
Right.
So that is a kind of positive culture that you bring about. So each step you go forward, you carry forward, you need to celebrate it as a step, and you have your people with you when you walk the difficult path. So these are the characteristics of a change leader, and Mr. Parmer is indeed a good example of a change leader.
Indeed. And here, sir, I just wanted to know, and very curious to know about the innovation that you have done in your school, especially in the area of improving school community partnership. So please elaborate, sir.
Okay, it is said that every cloud has a silver lining, ma'am, and even the robin bird sings songs of hope despite a cloudy atmosphere. And the sun rays, when sun rays will come, the robin bird sings. It happens with me. Uh, the best way to take the school into community through assembly. I got an idea from one of my teachers that I can take the assembly school into community. If you want to make an impact, first of all, you have to think that you should take school into community and you have to bring community into school. And it happened in a uh, previous, we can say that the best way to take the prayer meeting, the prayer assembly into community. We decided that we will hold a meeting in different lands, and we organize some prayer meetings in village. Initially, there wasn't response because people started laughing at us that why are they spoiling the timing in such a way. But we decided that we would continue, and before organizing such event in the village, we and my one more colleague, they went to meet the villagers and they decided. And initially what happened that they not only provided the platform for the assembly, but our students also did wonderful tasks. They played a role of street role play, and the presentation was so nice. Even villagers became so happy that they arranged the food for them, and that was just like a picnic. And then it imbibed something in us. We decided that we would take the students to the again different lands, and before that we would meet the people, we would discuss with them, and then finally all the lands, all the streets of the village, they made the arrangement for us. Second thing is the Amrutalayam, the prayer hall. It's a beautiful revolutionary act in the village. Hardly few people would go to the village to Amrutalayam. Amrutalayam is a place where devotees go to worship the God. This is a shade, just like a beautiful shade, and surrounding the shade there are beautiful trees. So it's just a spiritual platform, I can say. So here we started taking the students to Amrutalayam for prayer, and all the villagers would see eagerly, curiously, with the inquisitiveness that how they perform. And then finally, all the people even started coming to sit with us, even in prayer. Then you can see the first slide. This is you can see that in how parents would participate with us in prayer hall and in prayer meeting. And this is how the school assembly is what 10 periods in a class, I can say. So one assembly that impacted a lot in the village. And another thing I would like to tell you about the Amrutalayam, that one of my teachers, now unfortunately she got transferred. She conducted a prayer meeting every Saturday after the school got over. Only few students joined in the beginning, but after that, I think students from 6 to 8 regularly join the prayer meeting, and such how some moral stories were told, such how the moral value-based education was imparted by the teacher. Heads off to the teacher. Next slide, please. The girls are made realize that they are strong. Gujarat government gave us fund to teach the girls karate. Let me tell you that when I joined as a head of the institutions, I saw only few girls would go to a different village. Unfortunately, we don't have facility of high school. Only 1 to 8 primary school is there, and girls have to go to 1 kilometer to catch the flying buses and vehicles to go to 6 to 7 kilometers to the high schools. So it was very difficult for us. So we decided that we would go to door to tell the importance of girls' educations. No doubt the caste was so orthodox that they could not send their girls initially. But two or three girls, the parents of two or three girls decided to send their girls to the high school, and we made some arrangement for the vehicle. Actually, we don't have even facility of transportations, but in 15 and 16, in the year of 15 and 16, three girls decided to go to the high school. And now, today, you can see only living two or three girls. Most of the girls, 70 to 80 girls, usually go on foot to catch the bus to go to 6 to 7 kilometers. So even educations of girls also increased with this thing. Please, next slide. It was initially people were not interested in school activities, but the open invitations for the parents to participate in the school activities. You can see that how parents now are interested in taking the part. It was very difficult for the parents to bring into school, but now school organize many functions like Garba in Navratri, then some culture program on 26 January on the Republic Day. So we involve the parents, and parents now also take part in activities. Unfortunately, the pandemic stopped all the activities, but we are now going to again we will start after 2 or 3 couple of weeks that we also invent. Recently, I'll tell you one incident that on Pravetsosau, that is a freshers welcome, we did not give flower to the students of freshers, I mean to the students who joined first standard. The women of my village, they came forward with the SMC members, school management committee members. They gave flowers, chocolates and smiley face to the standard first, the students of standard first. So when I saw this, I was excited at how beautifully participations actively are done by even people. Next slide, please. The heaven they feel in the classrooms. As I told you in the beginning, that no doubt we had a lot of resources. Even the one company gave us in beautiful software of educations, and some other subject like difficult subject like math, science, and English were quite difficult for students to cope up. But Gyan Kunj, thanks to our government, that they provided one Gyan Kunj project. The Gyan Kunj project includes 2 laptops along with the 2 interaction spot, the live interaction spot, and digital pen. So with this, the lit classrooms where the whole world is brought together, and teachers also were trained. And even nowadays, what happens that even students of my class, students of our school, operate this system. So even if teachers sometimes becomes late, or maybe there might be a meeting, or there might be the problem, then the students bring the laptop, and they take laptop and they start operating, and they start displaying the pictures and others. And they some students explain. Even one students in our school has been awarded as the best students of the clusters, and one teacher also was awarded as the best teacher of the. So this is how we bring the whole world into the room. And now you can see in the picture how students are very curious to see the things. Please, next slide. The participations of the community, as we discussed in a previous way, but still some program like Bal Mela, culture program, and other. You can see a man in the left side picture. You can see the man who is making the beautiful, delicious food. He is a member of SMC. So how they eagerly participate, and they always wait for the functions to be held in the school so that they can participate along with the students. And when any function is held, people just feel like that is a fair, is a Bal Mela, is a culture program. Not only schools, but there. And that's how they feel, and they participate in. So now it was very difficult. Only 2 to 3 years passed away, but this is how I brought the whole community into school. And now community, the people of the community, the parents, they usually come to tell that is there any need, any help. recently we needed one mic set. So generously they raised the donate. They generously they gave donations and they gave us. So this is how the participation of the community. Please next slide. A company nearby us, the name of the company is Epicore, and has also extended its hands in the program. You can see that recently we held valedictory functions for 8 standard because we don't have 9 standards. So we wanted to serve due to our students. So I went to company, and the company arranged the auditorium hall. They not only arranged the auditorium hall, but also gave us a party, like they arrange a food lunch pack for the students, and you can see in both pictures how students seem to be happy, how they enjoy thoroughly, and thus not only they arrange but also gave the gifts to the students, like pen, diary, and not only they arrange even this, but they also made a visit. They arranged a visit to the entire company, and after the completions of program, the company gave a basil plants to plant in our school. So this company usually could help even in some programs. It extends its hands by giving donations as well as some snacks on the day of Independence and Republic Day. Please next slide.
Next slide, sir.
Yes.
Sir, it's actually very heartwarming to see in your slides and through your talk that parents are participating in activities, and there were Bal Mela as well. It's such a heartwarming activity, sir. I would just like to know, not me actually, one of our viewer want to know from you. Sanjeet Kumar is the viewer, and he's write a message to you. Please once explain various stakeholders of community, sir. Could you please explain this?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, could you please explain this to all our viewers and learners? One of our viewers want to know more about the stakeholders of community, and he wants you to answer this question, sir.
Yes, the community takes care of the schools because they participate in school activities, and parents and women also participate in cultural activities. Even people generously donate and extend their hands in the task of the school. So one thing I will tell you, that school friend, we decided to make school friend from the parents, and these school friends, what they do, even at time of pandemic when the school were totally closed, these school friends, because teacher could not go to school, so school friends take care of the students even after the school finish or in the vacations or in time of pandemic. So we made a school friends. These school friends, the task of the school friends to go to the house where TV and mobiles are not available. So they would teach, and they even teach the students, as well as they also help them to communicate with the school by the help of the mobile phones they have. And even as I told you, the dropout school ratio also decreased because nowadays people also help us in some ways. Like I tell you that some religious program also held in our school off and on to cater the value-based educations, and these are arranged by the community.
Right.
Parmar sir, thank you so much for talking about your the innovations. Very importantly, you talked about the assembly and Amrutalayam and Gyan Kunj and Bal Mela, and then the school friends concept. So with all these innovations that you have done, and all these must have happened with your leadership. So we would be very interested to know what is the improvement that you see in your school among the children especially. So if you can explain that.
In fact, among the children, ma'am, I can see that planning of the twinning program with a reputed school from where we can learn a good leadership. Even, for example, that I tell you that in a twinning program, we take other schools through Microsoft Teams like Zoom, and that's how the building capacity that is noted down in students. Students now started learning different subjects curiously. They participate in different activities and even different various activities like games, sports, and academic subjects. And they are very much, even I can see that they are very much interested. Another thing that we excursions and field visit that also help the students build the capacity. Madam, lot remain to be achieved. We have achieved something. You know, I don't tell that we have achieved 100%, but our school is nominated as a school of excellence. I tell you, this is a scheme done by Gujarat government that they will also give us benefit by providing such resources, and obviously our school will be benefited academically and physically. We also focus on the competitive examinations. It's very important that even we prepare good material for the competitive examinations. Apart from the educations, we also give, apart from the subjects and from the learning and teaching method, even we also give the competitive exams material to the students to prepare themselves. Another thing is a new school building project with the latest infrastructures. We are waiting for that. We have also decided that we have old-fashioned building, so we will have a new school building which also will come into existence after a couple of years. And this is the thing that through Jan Jagruti Parivar, we students run the Jan Jagruti Parivar. This is a plan to commence a night school. We also would like to start a night school if the situation is normalized. So 2 hours in the evening, street-wise, we will even teach the students who are unable to cope up with it. So that also we are planning to do it.
Right, as we are almost at the end of our session, ma'am, here I would like to know more about your overall perspective on school leadership for school transformation. Please explain to all our viewers, ma'am.
Yes. Basically, in the Indian educational system, the accountability factor of the school head is very high, and there is a lot of thrust with the current policy NEP 2020 placing a lot of importance on improving student learning. There is renewed vigor with which the school heads are leading their schools so that their schools become schools of excellence. And Parmar sir's innovation is one such example of improving a low performing school into a high performing school. And what we realize is one of the key things that he has done is able to adapt himself to the circumstances on one hand, and the other is to try out various things, try out various innovations and what works and what doesn't work. And he has been able to carry the people along with him as a team leader, which are all very important aspects of leadership. And one most important is his dedication to ensure that every child learns. You know, when he says that the child is a lamp to be lit, so this shows the attitude and belief that he has placed on the learning of every child, and so as to ensure equity and quality of education. So it was indeed wonderful to listen to him.
It was indeed wonderful to listen to both of you. And ma'am, it's time for me to wrap up this session. But thank you so very much, Dr. Subhita ma'am, for being with us. And it's a pleasure to have you, sir, to Mr. Linus S. Parmar. Thank you so very much, sir, for being with us, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And dear learner, let me wrap up this session here only, but you stay tuned to PMeVIDYA channel and NCERT official YouTube channel. Me, Renu Bhatt, along with my whole team is taking your leave. Namaskar.